my marketing agency, I really was looking at niches as being overrated. When you have a niche, okay, so hi. When I first started my marketing agency, I really was looking at niches as being overrated. When you have a niche, a lot of people talk online that you need to have a niche, you need to go after that niche. And for me, it was overrated, especially because in my point of view is if I have a niche, then it means that I need to be fixed in that niche and then I cannot go out of that and so on. And I couldn't be more wrong. So today I want to share with you a story on how actually having a niche is important and why you should focus in one niche first. Now, welcome to today's video, guys. Like always, still sick, still same day, just recording the video. So don't mind my voice and my energy as well. So I want to share with you a story. When I first started my marketing agency, people were talking about that I needed to have a niche, right? And the niche that people were recommending me would be plumbers and restaurants and so on. And in tomorrow's video, I'm going to share with you how I got into the niche that I am right now for my agency and how I literally dominate that market. There is no one better and with the biggest clients in that niche than my company. And I'm going to share with you that story with you tomorrow. But today, I want to show you actually why it's important for you to know your niche. Now, here's the thing. A few months ago, I was talking to a prospect on the phone. And I called that prospect at 10 a.m. in the morning. And that prospect, he is a restaurant owner. He is not only the restaurant owner, but he is also the chef of the restaurant. And he has a bistro in England. Now, the funny thing is what happened in that call is that when I called him, he told me one interesting thing, one interesting fact. That is, Carlos, you're not the first social media marketing agency that tries to close me as a client. However, I have one question for you. Why are you calling me at 10 a.m.? And then he said because right now I'm literally preparing the menu for the week. And I don't really have much time to talk on the phone at 10 a.m. So most business owners, when they come to my restaurant, they usually eat in the restaurant and then they either ask to talk with the manager after they finish eating, and then because they eat there, the manager will try to talk to them and they try to pitch the marketing. But you were calling me at 10 a.m., right? So why is that? Why did you do the same thing? Now, for me, literally, I live in Portugal. I wasn't in England to actually eat there and talk with the manager. But the main thing is, I watch a lot of cooking shows, right? And I know that restaurant owners, they usually go to the restaurant from 6 or 5 a.m. and then they do the cleaning of the kitchen, and after the cleaning of the kitchen, the cleaning of the restaurant, preparing everything, they start doing what they call the mise en place. Now, the mise en place is literally preparing the food for lunch or at around 3 to 6 p.m. Usually they start the mise en place for the dinner, right? Now, the mise en place is really simple. It's just the chef goes to the restaurant and he starts doing the pre-cooking of things that usually take more time to cook. For example, if they're going to do a dessert and they need to create the cream for that dessert and that cream needs to rest in the fridge, then they need to create that cream first, and then when they have the third dessert, they already have the cream. Or for example, if they need to cut potatoes, right? Instead of cutting the potatoes every single time that they will serve a dish, they cut the potatoes in the mise en place, right? And that was exactly what I told him. It was a really simple answer. Look, I know that usually business owners for restaurants, they are in the mise en place at this hour, And that's why I'm calling you, because usually business owners, when they are in mise en place, they have their team doing the work, the chef preparing. In your case, it just happens for you to actually be the chef as well. And that's why it's actually busy for you as well. But literally, I just want to take 30 minutes of your time. And he was like, oh, okay, so yeah, let's do this. And then like he had like this pause, like, and I couldn't feel, like I was feeling it coming. I'm like, so you know a lot about restaurants, right? Like, yeah, a few things or two. I know enough to know when a restaurant is making money. I know enough to know how much is the price to produce a dish in a restaurant. I know enough to know how profitable a restaurant can be. And that conversation there was enough for him to trust me on what I was doing, right? On what I was doing for his restaurant. In his mind, and it's important for me to say this, that was the first restaurant I was actually talking to in my life to actually close them as a client for my agency. I never worked with a restaurant before, he was the first. But in his mind, because of the answer that I gave to his question, he automatically assumed that I knew more of his industry than most people do, right? And that is just because of positioning. It's because of knowing what goes behind of that niche. Is understanding in the point of view of the business owner. And that is exactly why you need to know your niche. That is exactly why you need to have a niche, because once you have a niche, you can literally perfect your niche and perfect exactly what it takes to actually run that as a business. You need to be so good to the point that if you would open, for example, in this case, a restaurant tomorrow, you could open a restaurant that would be a competition for that client, right? You need to understand every single thing that goes inside of running a restaurant. You need to know every single thing that goes on a restaurant to actually run their marketing. And when you are confident in your niche, when you know what are the needs for your niche, then automatically that client will trust you their business. Because you need to understand that business owners, they have their businesses as their babies. And usually having your business as your baby, it's really hard to handle it or to give it to another person to take care of it, especially in marketing. So when you give that person the confidence that you actually know what you're doing, you know what you're saying, you know how his business works, then it's completely different than simply calling there and say, look, I want to bring you more clients, or I want to give you more leads, right? Business owners are tired of hearing that. Business owners are tired of hearing the I want to do Facebook ads for you to actually give you more leads, and I'm going to run a contest and give people like a free dish for a year, and after that free dish for a year I'm going to give you a lot of leads and emails and so on. So business owners are tired of that. What you need to do is be different, is know their business, know exactly what it takes to run their business, know the language that they use, know everything about that person's business. And when you are in that call, make sure that that person knows that you know more about their business than they actually do. And that is how you close a client. Now, this is why it's extremely important for you to have a niche starting out. It doesn't mean that you need to be stuck in that niche forever. It only means that when you grab a niche, you can master it. You can be the best as you can at that niche. And then you can move on to other niche. And from that niche, you master it and become the best as you can in that niche. Now, that's it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Carlos Arthur, and I'll see you tomorrow.